in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started. Wait,
according to my Spotify Wrapped, I listened to that song 38 times, and Bare Naked Ladies, that Canadian group that was super hot in the 90s, was my top artist, followed by Fleetwood Mac, Jimmy Buffett, Simon and Garfunkel, and Paul Simon doing solo work. So clearly I am a child of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Spotify Wrapped has turned into a social media pride point for people of many generations as they're sharing these data dumps from the music streaming service to Facebook and Instagram, because they are produced to be shared in very friendly sharing formats, complete with the songs themselves attached. What's kind of cool, or not, and that's the part I want to talk about, is how this concept has now become, I don't know, fodder for the copycats, right? The Washington Post now has its, I believe it's called the newsprint feature that will sum up. Okay, so I'm going to say, because, you know, Travis McMillan, our director, and I were trying to figure out, Ernest, if you were on Spotify, and we both probably figured not. But no, you're looking at me like, no, you're right, you're right. But we are figuring you've seen your Washington Post Wrapped.
I have not seen it. I just found it earlier this week, and I was like, "Oh, that may be something to do over the break, just to see what because I do read the Washington Post, and I'm on the website on a daily basis, and so it'd be interesting to see what it comes up with in this feature."
Shock of all shocks, I will tell you, mine showed that I read a lot of media blogs on the Washington Post, and that Eric Wemple, one of their media bloggers, and it was kind of cool because it showed up at the end with like a video of him talking to me, not me personally, but like talking to the readers who were his loyal audience. I even got one of these from Wendy's, right? Like apparently I ordered burgers through the app more than any other food. But I think one of the things, like, as fun as stuff like this might be, it's also a really stark reminder of the depths to the data that we're giving up about ourselves.
Absolutely. I'm going to out-curmudgeon Ernest on this one because, no, I think this is the thing. And, you know, it is a reminder. And it reminds me of... I'm blanking. I'm going to get it wrong. But remember there was like a game on Facebook, something with a farm, the farm.
Oh, Farmville.
Thank you.
Yes, I, for the record, never played Farmville.
Okay, me either, but I know a lot of people who did.
Yeah.
But the whole idea, and it's the same thing with all these quizzes, they're serving this information up because they want you to click on it. They want to get more data on you. And that data is being used not only to serve up advertisements, but to affect your news feed. And this is the thing that I think is really important for readers, viewers, and listeners to understand, that it's not just the advertisements you see, it's the news you see. And that is where the filter
It's almost everything you see to a certain extent.
Yes,
you know,
and algorithms are creating even tighter, more hermetically sealed filter bubbles. And I think unless we understand that and figure out ways to get out of it, we're going to end up being a much more polarized society.
And that's the scary thing. I mean, you know, I remember back during COVID, people were talking about tracking and all of this thing. I mean, that is the tracking. They are tracking your every movement.
Your employer doesn't need to track you because your device is doing it for them.
Your device is doing it for them.
And your credit cards.
Exactly. Every time you go into Google or you go into Facebook or Instagram or whatever, they are gathering information about you, and they're tracking what you're doing, what you're ordering, basically how you live your life.
Right. And they create a marketing profile, which our folks at Stratcom know all about, but it is a marketing profile, but that profile is being used not just to market, but to keep you on site.
Absolutely.
How do people keep you on site? They give you stories
More
they're
of what
comfortable
you want.
with.
Yep.
Exactly.
More of what you want.
Exactly.